Hello fellow comic enthusiasts, Victor Vale with Variant Nation here, and today I'm absolutely thrilled to dive into the extraordinary work of one of the most dynamic artists in modern comics, Dan Mora. Did you know that in just a decade, Mora went from relatively unknown to handling some of DC's flagship Batman titles? His style is so distinctive that I can spot his work from just a single panel. From the snowy vistas of Klaus to the gothic architecture of Gotham, Mora's evolution is nothing short of remarkable. Today we'll trace that journey and even peek at what's coming next. Dan Mora is a Costa Rican comic book artist who first gained significant attention through his work with Boom Studios. Born in San Jose, Costa Rica, Mora initially studied architecture, which explains the incredible structural precision in his environments and city landscapes. His professional comics career began around 2013, but his big breakthrough came in 2015 with Klaus, a Santa Claus origin story created with legendary writer Grant Morrison. This series showcased Mora's talent for combining fantasy elements with dynamic action sequences. What makes Mora's background particularly interesting is how his Central American perspective brings a fresh aesthetic to American comics. His work blends influences from American comics, manga, and European illustration into something uniquely his own. Mora's early style was already impressive, but oh my goodness, the evolution is fascinating. Let me walk you through it. In his Klaus era, we see a style defined by bold line work, dramatic lighting, and a slight painterly quality. His characters had weight and presence, but there was still room for growth in facial expressions. Then came his work on Once and Future with Kieran Gillen, where we saw a refined approach to action sequences and more nuanced character work. His monsters became truly terrifying while maintaining anatomical believability. By the time he reached Detective Comics and Batman Superman, Mora had developed what I consider his signature style. Incredibly clean line work, expressive faces that convey subtle emotions, and absolutely jaw-dropping environmental details. What truly sets him apart is his color work. Unlike many artists who rely solely on colorists, Mora often colors his own covers, creating a harmonious vision from pencils to final product. Let's look at Mora's most significant contributions to comics. Klaus, 2015 to 2018, with Grant Morrison, established him as a major talent and won him the Russ Manning Award for Most Promising Newcomer. Once and Future, 2019 to 2022, with Kieran Gillen at Boom Studios, blended Arthurian legend with horror elements and showcased his versatility. Detective Comics and Batman Superman World's Finest at DC Comics elevated him to superstar status, with his take on Batman, Robin, and the wider DC universe earning critical acclaim and fan adoration. His cover work across multiple publishers demonstrates his ability to capture a story's essence in a single striking image. His Batman is particularly noteworthy, balancing the character's intimidating presence with a sleek, athletic design that feels both classic and modern. Based on recent interviews and announcements, Mora is continuing his work on Batman Superman World's Finest with Mark Waid, which has been a consistent seller for DC. He's also been doing incredible variant covers across multiple publishers, showing his versatility with different characters and styles. There are rumors of a creator-owned project in development, though details remain scarce. Mora has expressed interest in exploring more stories that incorporate elements from Latin American folklore and mythology. One of his stated goals is to eventually write and draw his own series, potentially bringing more diverse cultural perspectives to mainstream comics. Despite being relatively early in his career, Mora's impact on modern comics is already significant. His distinctive style has influenced a new generation of artists, particularly in how they approach dynamic action and environmental detail. His success as a Central American artist has also helped open doors for more international creators in American comics. What I find most exciting about Mora's work, he bridges classic superhero aesthetics with contemporary sensibilities. His art feels timeless yet fresh, a difficult balance that few artists achieve. I'm curious, which Dan Mora project is your favorite? His mystical Klaus, monster-filled Once and Future, or his dynamic take on Batman? Let us know in the comments below. If you want to follow Dan Mora's work directly, I've included links to his Instagram and Twitter in the description below. His social media is a treasure trove of process shots, sketches, and announcements. If this deep dive into Dan Mora's art evolution interested you, please consider subscribing to Variant Nation. We explore the technical brilliance and storytelling impact of comic artists, both legendary and emerging. Next week, my alter ego Variant might take over to analyze how different artists have reimagined Batman over the decades. Until then, this is Victor Vale reminding you that comic art is where imagination becomes tangible. Thanks for watching.